Some of these niggas, they too psycho for me. I can't cuff none of these bitches, I want not all the freaks.
First off, man, I just want to welcome you to Name Roses and just appreciate you for having us and just introduce yourself for the people that don't know.
Alright, well, thank you for having me up here on the show. We on the rooftop. But I'm Detroit, that's my real name. I go by Tvenchy. That's kind of like, well, you can say Tvenchy or Tvenchy, just like Wayne. It was like Wayne thing, but when I started on Instagram, I put the V, so everybody kind of like took Tvenchy to
Tvenchy. How often people get that messed up?
Every day. Like, so that's why I said I was naming like 5 names. I was like, man, just call me Detroit.
I was about to say Tvenchy.
It's all good. Tvenchy, that's what I'm saying. So that Tvenchy came from my cousin. He felt like I be all this other shit, dressed all up and shit, so he took the convention to me. So that's how that shit just transpired like that, you feel me?
Just to kind of like put a little introduction from my perspective for him, he one of the top fashion designers coming out from New Orleans, and in the years to come, he's gonna be looked at as like a pioneer for what's going on in the fashion scene, not only in New Orleans but just in the South period, and just kind of get started on how you got started with fashion.
Well, I ain't gonna. Probably, it had to be like high school, 9th grade. I was playing football. I had some good coaches and stuff like that, but I was really into art. So my coaches used to leave me on the practice and stuff, but they used to look out for me. They'll give me like $10, $20 here and there. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always just go buy clothes. So them boys would be like, bro, you spend all your money on clothes. So from that point on, from elementary and like middle school with the art, it kind of like combined, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really like too much touch nothing with the fashion and nothing until I got to college. Like that's when I really started drawing out looks for clothes and stuff like that. First, it used to just be like, you want to be fresh, you know what I'm saying? And I just draw. I used to be drawing other shit, you know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to be more like an architect or like a pilot. Like I told you, I always like knew numbers and just had creative thoughts. So it just kind of like, that just fell here since I always, you know what I'm saying? I still wanted to stay in tune with the sports, like athletes, like football, because I played ball. So if you think about it, everybody had relationships with like a lot of athletes because I just wanted to stay like in tune with the game. You know what I mean? So that's how so that's how it came about.
And when you look at it from a perspective looking out, like nobody look at Louisiana and be like, let's go look at Louisiana for fashion.
That's because we really don't have the resources here. Like you go to other cities like, say for instance, even Houston, they have a real big like fashion like area where you can go wholesale and stuff like that. Here they don't have that at all. If they do, I didn't have no clue of it. Like I just never seen that. The flea market is like pretty much people that collectors that really resell stuff that they collect. It's not really like the wholesale. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think that's so like that would make it so much tighter about what you got going on with the rest of everybody that's just doing big things in the fashion scene, because y'all really didn't have no guidance or anybody to really look up to. Whereas if you was in like New York or LA or somewhere like that, you probably would have had a little bit more structure.
Sure.
But you and like some others, like y'all really the ones that's like pioneering and just getting stuff started. So how that make you feel to feel like trailblazing the path for other people to come behind you? Do you feel like pressure?
I really don't feel no pressure because I know people still ask me like questions about stuff that I don't even have a clue about still. Like I really still can't tell you where you can go do certain things that you know what I'm saying? You might show me something that I ain't know. So basically for me, I'm building my boat on water because I ain't have a trailblazer before me to kind of like school me. Like the only instance I could kind of like relate to or compare to is like LA, Atlanta, shit like that. As far as like music industry, they have like places you can go to step in and just be like, I could go to QC office or something, or I could go to, Sony or something, any other city. Like if for instance, if Birdman had an office down here, Cash Money had an office down here, Master P had an office down here, we'll have access to more stuff because music really, entertainment really bring everything, full circle. Right. But we don't have nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have nothing to like go look up to. Larry do business stuff like that. Larry do a bunch of for everybody who don't really know Larry. I'm pretty sure everybody do know Larry Morrow, but like that's what I'm saying. He building his boat on water. Like we all building a boat on water.
So I'm saying everybody, the younger people, is the ones that's now creating a structure.
Yeah,
which we
basically trying to build create something. So now that I got a store, a main store, people can really come to it, kind of like ask questions. They can do that now. Right. At first, when they have any of that, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, and as far as pressure, I guess I kind of meant that as like, all right, y'all you trailblazing your path, you on your own lane. You didn't have that guidance, but now like all the younger people looking at you like, oh, he the one that's doing this. He got this.
Yeah, I don't feel no pressure from that. Like, yeah, I don't need no pressure from that. It's just like most people. I mean, from experience, like I really don't get too many serious people come and ask me about how to really do something fashionable. Like they really don't. They don't have too many serious people. Everybody asks is like I'm about to start. And that's the main thing I want to tell everybody. Like you gotta make the initiative in order for somebody to help you. You can't just be like, hey, I got this idea and I need some help. If it's not like family or somebody that really like mentor, grew up with. You just can't go to the table and be like, hey, Larry or Dave or whoever you go to and just be like, I got this idea. You gotta make the initiative, start something, and then the minute you have something started, you have like it's going, you have people behind you supporting you, then it's gonna be easy for me to be like, hey, this is what you need to do next. But I just can't tell you where to start at when I don't know where to start at for you, because everybody start different. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, I started high school, went to college, struggled, played football for 1 year, then realized that my coaches and shit wasn't really for me. So I just felt like my destiny was controlled by somebody else, and I didn't like that. So I had to like figure out a way to, get this shit going. So that's what I did. So for them, I just feel like make the initiative to start something, and somebody can help you. But if you just come with an idea of saying, well, I need to go to do this, well, I need to do this, how I get my brand LLC, how I get my brand trademark.
How was that process like for you learning all that? Did you have to learn all that on your as you went?
I basically had to learn it like legit, building my boat on water. That's what I meant. Like I was basically swimming until I got a piece of wood that helped me succeed, until I found another piece of wood, whatever it is to keep me afloat. And I just constantly build the better I get and learn more stuff, I'm able to build my boat better. That I can say, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
So kind of like get into a little bit more detail of that phase when you first starting out, and it was like, man, I think this clothing stuff could be my ticket out. So,
well, yeah, like all right. So back to like the coaches being in control of my destiny. So I just went to notepad and just drawing. I quit football after the 1 year in college.
At this point, have you ever seen money?
No money. There's no money at all. This is an idea that I ain't even telling nobody. I'm just doing my thing until it's time to present it to somebody. You feel me? My older cousin was like, you don't want to play ball anymore, you want to come out here and go to school and do fashion stuff, and that's what you really want to do, come move out here. My older cousin, that's Kerry Lewis, he played in the NFL 9 to 10 plus years, 4 years for Kansas City, a year for Houston, 2 years for Baltimore, 2 years for Tennessee. So he let me come live with him, and I went to school up, and he gave me like my first like $1,500 to like really start getting shirts. You feel me? So when I got the shirts, that was Halloween Day 2012. That was the very first job I had t-shirts. So from that point on, I flipped them t-shirts until I got a sewing machine. And that's basically like my graduation. Like I graduated from just plain Jane making t-shirts to like anybody can call themselves a designer. Now I got a sewing machine. Nobody else really got a sewing machine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to do. Like, cause I just felt like I was still in the same boat with everybody else by just making t-shirts. So
was it when you first came out with the t-shirts? Was it the same design?
It was no. It actually started out as arrogant. So arrogant, like it's on my own. So it was basically like a misperception from high school. So that was my original idea. Like everybody thought I was something that I really wasn't, but I was just focused on whatever I had focused on myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have too much conversation with people that was just doing regular shit after school. Like I was going to school, doing art, football, repeat, trying to win championship and shit. You know, football just took up all of my time. So that's how they looked at me from there. And then when I started closing, it was just like, let's just use arrogance. How that goes. Arrogant was originally the first thing, and then we came up with Tvenchy was basically like my brand name, basically like all my custom stuff. Everything that I made handmade was under Tvenchy or Tvenchy, whatever. But everything else besides that was under Made in the Hood. That's when we turned into Made in the Hood. Once I discovered that Tvenchy was everything that I made was in the hood with no access to nothing. Everything I was making was from like shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I was basically turning shit into shit.
So talk about like your creative process at that time when you were like, because at this time did you have like a fallback option? This was your only.
No, this was like like legit to this day, bro. I don't have no other income but from this shit. I don't have another income from nothing but this. Like this legit my livelihood. Like so
you first starting out, go into your creative process.
So for me first starting out, when I had gotten stuff, I had kind of like was looking at all other people from like other cities and shit, trying to figure out like, damn, you niggas making all this. I could make this. Like I already had fresh shit, so I basically was like, I always combine like my thing was always being like using trendy things. So I use like 3 or 4 different trendy things and combine them. So that was just basically like how I would do anything. Like for instance, I made a bucket hat. Bucket hat right now is really hot. Right. So what I did was I took the concept of Odiard, the monogram color, meaning it's color on color. I took Dior pattern as far as like the overlapping of Dior. I did it with the goat, and then the bucket. Of course, it was just whatever was hot at the time. So and then I took the emblem off the product and made the same thing. So I just combined like all of my ideas from different like companies and just combined it. That's how my like thought process is with anything that I create like from scratch. You know what I'm saying?
And as a creative, do you think the creativity stops at clothing, or do you wish to like?
Oh, I don't know. It don't stop. Cause look, we created these tables, we did these rugs. I mean, legit. Man, you really, it's just like, it's the sky's the limit. Like, I feel like this probably one of the only things that really sky's the limit besides, like, cause like, yeah, like, I really feel like, because you really in tune with everything, like, and people, you in tune with companies, like, hotel, whatever. Like, you can put anything that I create could go anywhere. So that's what I feel like, that's my idea of what Nike is, that's my idea of what Adidas is, and shit, that shit can go anywhere. You can put Adidas billboard anywhere. It's no boundary. Yeah, it's just limitless. You know what I'm saying?
And when you first started out, did you see it getting this far to where it is right now? Or was it just something like, I'm just get these shirts made and I just want to sell these shirts?
I mean, really and truly, like, I ain't never really, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just really wanted this shit to just go get into possession of other people. Like, I ain't really have no expectation of how far I wanted it to go. I ain't never think about how little it would be. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted that shit to just go.
Just kind of work.
Yeah, like, I just did it to just swear, look, when you get this, and you see the quality of it, and you understood where I came from and what I did before this and stuff like that, you're gonna really, like, fuck this. Right? And that's all I ever really wanted besides, just getting shit out. You know what I mean? I just really wanted you to really tap into what we got going on down here, really as a unit. Right?
That's another thing, because I see like you go to free water, you tap in with like, you plug in and you tap in and you show love to like a lot of other people and a lot of other stuff that's going on in New Orleans. That's like even with I don't even know if anybody noticed, but with Sean Cotton when he came down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He was like, man, my partner Tvenchy hit me up, he let me know about Rob. People might not even know about that.
Yeah. But I told Rob, like I told Rob a few, like I told him legit, bro. I sent everybody who called, like everybody. Like I sent them to Sean, right? You feel me? It's up to him to pick whoever he gonna pick. But I sent everybody to him, like, man, they got dudes down here really talking this shit. They got some niggas down here talking this shit. And then if I ever got a chance to do the same thing with fashion and shit, I will, but I never got a chance, you know what I'm saying?
As far as like finding that connect.
Yeah, like I never got, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing my own thing. And really to being truly like, I can have a PR and just go search and beat people through down and be like, look, we got him right here. But that ain't just me. I'm just so authentic. I'm in tune with what we got going on. And if somebody really fuck what we got going on, they gonna come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could go pay for Forbes to get it Forbes. Like, oh, look at this young designer from what now. Like I want them to come to get me like Howard fashion show. Like I did Howard fashion show 5 years in a row. I put a different friend in there every year. Every time they email me and say, hey, you got invited back, I told them this friend, this guy, do the same. Get him in there. You feel me? So I always been that type of person.
Did you ever feel like you won't receive credit, or do you look for that attention?
No, I don't be looking for it.
Just do it.
Yeah, we just do that. That's all good. But like legit, what I do, like, you ain't gonna do nothing for me. Just gonna give me the little man. Niggas now, but I mean, like, it don't really matter.
But do you ever look back and understand the magnitude of what's actually going on, as far as
for
you, man, for what you got going on and what it's doing for the creative scene as a whole?
I don't know. Sometimes I be going to look at my Instagram and be like, man, what the you really did a lot of shit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot of accomplishments too, but I don't know, bro. I'm kind of one of those people you're only good as your last performance. So I really never really been in tune with what all I've done in the past years. I'm only thinking about what I've done lately. So that's the only thing you know what I'm saying? I have to really go back and reflect, or my friends or somebody have to tell me bro, you really turned up, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know that because it's been my everyday life. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I didn't surpass every trend. Every time somebody thought I was just a trendy person or hype beast, I surpassed that every time. So I just never got completed of knowing what I've done already in the past. I just always read it because I know you can forget even they forget every day.
So especially
they can forget about you every day. That's the world, period. They gonna forget about you. So me, I just always kept that in the back of my mind as what have you done for me lately? That's it.
And as a brand and as a business, and especially in your field, I feel like it's always level ups that get you to that next position.
Yep.
So what's some notable moments during your fashion career to you was oh yeah, it's about to turn me up?
A lot of shit that's unreleased right now, but the rugs, I think the rugs was kind of cool, and then I did the coffee table.
What about, I'm talking about as far as the past moments from the beginning to now, to where some shit happened and to where you was oh yeah, this one turned me up.
To be honest, bro, every time I pick what turned me up, don't be what turned me up. Right. It's always the shit that just go unnoticed. For instance, if I made something, I'll be alright, I made this camo shirt. I think this gonna go up right here. This gonna be the one right here. But it don't. It be always some other shit that just made last minute or in the whiff of something that just, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell you one day that I did that I knew that was gonna turn me up. I can't.
But what about the ghost? Because it's something that's so simple that you think it was gonna catch
See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even expect this to be like this. I just made this shit just because legit it was symbolic to dream chasing. It was just goals that I had made that was chasing my dream. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? I never ever thought it would be that's what I'm telling you right now. I got so many other I got so much other design and stuff that I haven't did because they ain't even looking for that. It's all they looking for.
Goes, man. And do you feel as a designer you get stuck and people place you inside of boxes alright, you got the ghost, everybody want the ghost, everybody want the ghost. Do you feel
to New Orleans it does.
Yeah.
So the market in New Orleans is kind of weird. We just live who we is. You know what I'm saying? I can't really, not the bad mouth, but we don't really travel. We don't really get to see a lot of shit. A lot of people, half the people here that probably know we haven't really been or whatever, to see something else to really get inspired from something outside of just this. You know what I'm saying? So when I go places and go see other things, I be coming back and bringing that shit home, trying to put them on some shit that they ain't really in tune to, but that's all they really in. I can go out there and come back with a fire trench jacket that's this, that, and the third. Man, this is this material, this, that. You know what I'm saying? They got these pictures on there. It's going to probably be one out of 100 or 1,000 people that's going to get it, that know about it, that's in tune with what's going on outside of our square. So that's the only thing about New Orleans. That's the only thing.
But then as far as evolving as a designer and you seeing other people like breaking into certain factors of the game, like Virgil. You know, he collaborated, well, not collaborating, he's like the creative director or something for Louis Vuitton. You see people like Kanye West doing crazy things in the fashion industry. So how do stuff like that inspire you to be like, man, this shit could go crazy?
Yeah, I mean that's like that forever. That's like that forever cheesing thing. Like you just gonna constantly cheese that until you able to accomplish that. You know what I'm saying? Like or do that. Like it's definitely inspiration. Like Virgil, I like I like his style. Kanye West definitely like his style. But there's some other people that's not really even known that. You know what I'm saying? They got like unique styles. But I really don't file up on like designers like that. Right. Yeah, I just look at it like, oh, that shit fine. You know what I'm saying? But I really just don't go dig into the whole history. I don't go dig into how they started things. I don't really do none of that. Like I be trying to keep my authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because if I do that, I can easily follow. I don't be really doing that. Yeah. But as far as like collaborating with other companies and stuff like that, of course I definitely want to be. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to do that. Like mint with anything, like mint with Coca-Cola, mint with Lamborghini. I want to do all brands, like brands, but like all brands and shit, not people with other. You know what I'm saying? Like how he did with IKEA and shit like that. I want to do shit with other companies instead of just.
And I seen you did y'all started the Made in the Hood Girls. So let's talk about like
the ex-girls. Yeah, so it's Made in the Hood Girls. So basically that's what it is, Made in the Hood ex-girls. Yeah. So we well, alright, so cool. Like I had girl stuff that I made, but I wasn't consistent enough to keep it up. So me and Cerise, she was just like she wanted to do clothes and shit too. That was up to one that she always wanted to do like that, stuff like that. So I was just telling her like, man, I got all these girl ideas, and you could come up with your girl ideas, and we could kind of like make it a joint thing, and then we're gonna take that girl serious and just do it for real. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to throw my life on her, like, right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was just like, you want to do this for real? It took me a while to really, like, you want to do this shit for real? Like, you playing, like, yeah. So ever since she's like for real, like, she gonna do it. That's what we did. So that's how the ex-girl shit came about.
And it seemed like it's been doing real well. Did y'all expect for it to be?
I really think ex-girls, the women shit would be bigger than like Made in the Hood. Like I feel like ex-girls would be bigger than Made in the Hood for sure.
Think so?
For sure.
Yeah, you was telling me. Well, this might tie into my next question. I know you probably have like a lot of young designers and just people here taking you up for advice. Mm-hmm. So what's some advice that you could just give them, just from your experience and what you've been through so far as a designer?
Don't rush it, because like everybody have their own piece. Like it's legit. Like as long as you constantly work towards something, you gotta really be like 100% into this shit. Like you really can't have ass a career like this. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like music. You gotta be 100% into. Or it's like anything. Legit, you gotta be 100% into anything unless you want to succeed. You know what I'm saying? As far as like fashion itself, and advice I would give them is just basically like be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make whatever it is that your heart desires, and then if other people's heart desire that too, then you just constantly do that. You know what I'm saying? Cater to the people that's what they want.
And as a designer, have you ever put some stuff out and it been met bad backlash to where people was like, man, that shit trash? So you ever had that moment yet?
Hell no. That's crazy though, but I be like, but you know, I don't know, because I never be even in doubt about anything at all either. Like I don't be like, man, I'm worried about if this shit gonna sell or not. Nah, I'd never be doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even when you do like coming up with like an idea, is it something like, is your process like you ask other people like, say, man, what you think about this?
Yeah, for sure. I got a team of like friends. Anybody that's like legit around me at the time gonna get asked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could be walking in the mall somewhere and be like, hey bro, like legit, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you think about this, man? She's hard with it for me. I'm like, I right back. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, I'm really like a bro. I swear, I'm really a free spirit. Like, I'm just open to anybody. Like, I'm just like good with energy and shit. Like, if You know what I'm saying? Like I can sense good energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just open to anybody.
And having such that positive spirit, did you ever like meet like any roadblocks along the way, just have any doubts about this shit just growing?
Yeah, for sure. Like the only thing, like legit, bro. Like I promise you, as much money that we make, we still have financial problems. And what I mean by that is like we don't get loans and shit. We can't get business loans. We don't get accepted for nothing. That's the only problem that I would have. Like legit, my ideals is richer than who I am. You know what I mean? You heard Kanye West say that shit before. You went in debt for this shit, like legit. Like it's any day I can go in debt. Like any day I can be in debt. Anytime I can be in debt. You know what I'm saying? Shit really just hard because you don't really have no fucking. You don't have there's no business plan. I mean, I ain't gonna say business plan, but you can have a business plan. But there's no like financial freedom of there's no financial aid for what we got going on. There's no financial aid. I haven't got it.
So how do you even go into like the bank and stuff like that? Like how do they receive you when you do go on that?
So legit, like my bank account, like some days you ask that, because legit my bank is legit connected to my online store and shit like that. So my bank in America, I never have to go in there. They only see my money. They don't even see me. When I do go in there, if I do go in there, it's because I'm just Bank of America not even here, so they don't see me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just crazy. Like
It's just a hard thing.
it's really a hard situation for being funded.
What's some advice you would give to people that trying to do the design and stuff and they don't have the funding?
They don't have the funding. Legit, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta hustle, cause that's what I did. I flipped one shirt to 2 to 5, 2 to 10. I mean 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
10 to 100 shirts, and that's how we kept it going. Like I just don't never spend up my money. I just never spend my re-up money. You can't spend your money that you gotta go get reinvest. You feel me? So that's legit. That's how I started. So it's no excuse, because I ain't making an excuse for myself. I ain't even crying about financial help or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't crying about it at all. I'm just hustling until you gotta just keep hustling. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Like legit, I don't want nobody that's coming in trying to be a designer thinking that, oh man, if I make these clothes, I'm gonna get some money and I'm gonna be this and that. No, that shit ain't good like that. Because you're gonna fuck up on your first shirt, 2 shirts. So be ready to fuck up on your shirt and don't get no money from it. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You gotta be ready. You gotta be strong-minded. You gotta be patient. Because sewing, you know what I'm saying, take time. I can't shortcut it. No shortcuts with this shit. It's 8 years for me now, and I'm just now getting a foot in where I thought I'd be at 8 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? It took 8 years to get to this spot.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but in my head, like one of the most memorable moments that, at least for me, like perceiving it from the outside looking in, is when the Saints was making that run to the Super Bowl.
Oh, the ski mask,
and they had the ski mask.
That's true. That's true. Like legit, bro. That's true as fuck. Cause like, damn, that day.
How did you perceive it from?
Listen, bro. If you see with all the shit that happened in the background of that shit, it was crazy. Let me tell you. All right, the ghost ski mask. I only made it just because that was at the time. That was some trendy shit. Like it was just a ski mask. You roll it up, but we've been rolling beanies up.
Right.
So I mean, it only makes so much sense. You're gonna be wearing beanies. So I'm gonna go on there.
Right.
So bang. I only had like about 10 or something, and I gave Elvin one. I ain't know he was gonna wear the shit to the game or put the shit on and just had that shit like, you know what I'm saying? So when he put that on, it was kind of like, man, because we don't got no mask. We don't got no mask to sell at all. So by the grace of God, like I was able to find like a company that provided me like 500 ski masks, and it shipped it in the next day. And the following day, I had got this company. I went to this company in Maryland. They did all 500 ski masks in like a day and a half before that weekend, before that playoff game. They played the Eagles and he wore that shit. I got that shit in between that next game. We had to play the Rams when they lost the game.
Right.
And
It was like 3.
Yeah, it took like 3 years now.
Yeah.
But we had got them ski masks made and they did 500. We sold 500 ski masks for $40. in one day, like an hour and a half. So we made $20,000 cash.
And then was that like a learning lesson for you as far as like, well, I gotta be prepared for
Yeah, like legit. That's why I always emphasize like what luck is. Luck is legit. Opportunity and preparation meet.
Right.
If you prepare for the opportunity that presented itself, you're gonna be lucky because you never know what the outcome will be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's legit how that went. And we had some friends, like I had fussing on shit with friends and everything about like, man, bro, you can't fucking send no fucking ski man and shit like that to people. You don't even got it and shit like that. I'm like, bro, you know how many companies sell shit they don't even have? They don't even touch it. You just go straight to the consumer. They don't even touch it. I'm like, man, stop trying to block what we got going on and just let it go. Like, let it do what it do, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Like,
And I feel like at that moment, like it opened it up into a whole different
Hell yeah.
demographic,
Hell yeah.
a whole different type of people.
hell yeah.
How were you like at that moment? What was your thought process just on everything? Because just even outside the ski mask, it just opened and grind up.
Yeah, to like a lot of people that I didn't even think would be.
Right, yeah, like
So legit, I got a story like from like one of my friends. They live in a nice little like a suburban neighborhood. You feel me? They was like, bro, you wouldn't believe what I just saw. I'm like, what? Like I just seen 4 little kids with fucking ski masks on. You feel what I'm saying? Not our, you know, not our race, but yeah, like what the fuck, like that's crazy. Like they ride what? Yeah, they ride on the golf course like 4 ski masks on and just. I'm like, man, what the fuck? It was, I just was blown away by that, like, cause I just could never think of anybody. I don't know, bro. Like wearing a ski mask, just that style besides our culture is just kind of different for me. So I just it was just kind of crazy. So from that point on, I just knew like sky's the limit for real, right? For real. Sky's the limit for real. After that, if they would have won that game, I've been a millionaire for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I've been a millionaire.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. So what would you count as like your proudest moment so far?
I ain't gonna lie, jumping off, sacrificing getting that new school, proudest. Like it's so many, I've doubted like so many times, like man, should I do this shit? Should I do it? Should I do it?
About doing that.
The only reason what made me do it is my other story I broke it into. It was like, I just thought that was a sign from God, like, yeah, it's really time for you to go. You don't need to be over there. Right. It's time for you to go bigger and better, like, you know what I'm saying? So that was really like the sign for me, like, let me know, like, it's time. You know what I'm saying? But I was legit, still lives, like, overwhelmed. Don't really know what to do, don't know what to think. Just ready, like, I'm just ready for it, but I'm just still overwhelmed about, like, how much work gotta be done. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the time frame is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like legit. Like I told you, I get so like nervous and overwhelmed when I'm not in control of like my destiny. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I really get overwhelmed.
So you think that's gonna be like some major? Not major. I know that's gonna be something major for like the city, like just to have somebody like you in the quarters. Actually, for those of y'all that don't know, like his last goals outside the quarters is not too far, but now you're in like the heart of the quarters. So just kind of speak on that and how big that is for you.
Man, when I was small, we used to ride out bikes and shit in the front court. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the only thing I knew outside of like our neighborhood was this little area and shit. And I used to be like, man, I want to build. Like I want, you know what I'm saying? This was always a dream for me. I ain't know how I was gonna do it. I ain't know if I was gonna be a football player first and then come back and get a little condo or something down here. But just saying that, like, bro, being in the front court, I don't think people really understand. Like, you don't really get let in over here. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's kind of like so overwhelming. Am I gonna be able to hold my bargain up to, be up to par? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna be too good and he gonna get jealous? Is he gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the only thing I think about. Like, legit. Like, I don't feel like I feel like I can fit in any room. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can fit in any room. But it's just shit that I don't have control of. That really makes me nervous. Like, so,
and being like a young, successful black man, like in the city of New Orleans, how is that?
To be honest, bro, like I don't really get too much. Like, a lot of people like hating. I don't really get nobody. I don't really get the vibes of people hating on me. You know what I'm saying? We don't even bring off that type of energy anyway. We don't even much make people. We don't even put people in a position to even feel like they got to hate on us. Like I told you, like everything we do really legit. Like if you feel feel how we feel, and you come from where we come from, man, you can come the fuck over and have fun too. Like, I'm not stopping nobody from coming to have a good time with me, you feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I was gonna do this shit regardless. So, like, you coming to add the fun, come and be whoever you gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You welcome, like, you go. You ain't, I'm not the person that's kind of like got the guard up and then have to figure somebody out. Like, I'm gonna let you in the minute you call me, it's over, you know what I'm saying? And I really feel like my heart can be like my fucking downfall, but it is what it is, like, you know what I'm saying? So I never really like had to deal with heat. Like, in my neighborhood, I'm loved, like, you know what I'm saying? In my neighborhood, I'm loved for sure, but I feel like that in any neighborhood. Like, I just feel like any neighborhood I go in, somebody will be like, man, what's up, too? Come on, what you doing around here? Like, I don't just feel like nobody just out to get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that. That's the main, that's most one of the, that's why I do what I do. That's why I be able to do what I do so freely for the city. Like, it's easy for me to do that because nobody else will get me, nobody else will get me, and I don't have problems with nobody, you know what I'm saying? So, that's why it's good, you feel me? It's good.
Do you ever feel like you have creative blocks?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that be with, I don't know, that might just be with that's just how the mind works, you feel what I'm saying? That's just how the mind works, like, man, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what I should do next, or if I should do this. Most times, they don't really be creative block. For me, it's basically picking what item I want to do first, or what I'm going to do next, or what I'm going to do last, or how I'm going to set it up, or, you know what I'm saying? It's not really too much like stop. Like, I got nothing. Like, if you know about, like, I'm pretty sure you is up to par on and like keeping up with manhood, but if you notice, like, we don't never really drop the same shit. Right? That, like, every time we do something different, like, it's never like redone. Like, the only thing I've ever redone the most is just now 40 Goats. Like, that's probably like the most recent thing I did, and that was like the most recent thing we like going to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is. That's what's next for us. In the meantime, in between time, we have some drops, some clothes that's gonna drop online only. So I see that. Anybody if you want to follow Me in the Hood page, is Me in the Hood. Straight out, spelled out, Me in the Hood. Tvenchy, TVCHE_, that's my actual page. If you want to reach me, feel free to DM me, email me. My email is on my Instagram page. Yeah, man. Welcome to the mob.
Hey, good, man. I appreciate you, man. I know a lot of people are gonna let this interview, and just keep doing your thing. Congratulations, man, just for the progress and the direction.
Man, I really appreciate that, dog. We really came along.
For sure, man. For sure. I've been tapped in for probably like the last, I say probably about 5-6 years.
Okay, bet. So you know about the shoes and all that?
Yeah. Shit just
The shoe shit, yeah. The shoe shit really kind of bumped me up and got me on the platform as far as like my following.
Right.
It really got me on my platform. Shoe shit kind of became like a problem. Right. It was just too many shoes, and it was Nike with if the shoes are authentic or not. It was just crazy. Like, that's what I'm telling you. It's crazy how much it would stop you from doing shit when you were doing shit.
Right.
It would stop you. Right now, legit, we can't even do promotion on Instagram.
Serious?
Yes, bro. Like, they stop everything. Anytime you really trying to get your shine on, they gonna stop that shit.
Now I got a question for you, but man, like I said, I appreciate you.
For sure.
Talk about that. You should do like a collab with Haynes too, huh?
Oh, we did, man.
Talk about
we
that.
Did. That was just basically I was a stylist for Elvin. He did like his little Hanes t-shirt, and bro, I swear, bro, that shit's the most authentic and genuine shit. That was because the shirts, he really wear Hanes t-shirts. You really go buy a Hanes t-shirt for the club, put the Hanes t-shirt on. Like, that shit funny, but Hanes. Well, it was Fruit of the Loom. It's not Hanes. It's Fruit of the Loom.
Oh, yeah.
So we always better, buy that shit. And we got when he tweeted them on Instagram, on Twitter, the Fruit of the Loom thing, like, he reached out to him and did it. Like, we gonna do a collab with him. So he made like a little soft, ultra kind of like glove t-shirt that you can really well. And they let me style them and shit. So they let me style them in all the Made in the Hood pants. All the bottoms was like Made in the Hood, made for me. So that was cool. Like, we did a lot of things together, but we did like these like 3-4 different photo shoots and shit. So shout out to Al, so he really hold it down for me for sure. He really the best part. You know what I'm saying?
Now this shit crazy because this shit really on the beginning. I can just see this shit looking way bigger than just got so much shit in New Orleans that's bubbling up. I feel like in the rest of the world,
Catch up.
catch on to what we got going.
It's up.
Shit gonna be crazy.
For sure.
But y'all, man, y'all like and subscribe to the video. Y'all know what to do, man.
Yeah.